Hey guys, this is future Pablo. I wanted to give you guys a heads up before the episode started that I fucked up and set the wrong microphone for the podcast. So my end is going to sound kind of shitty. So I hope you guys can bear with it at least for this episode. I promise I'll fix it by the next episode. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Peace.
So basically, what I was thinking.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Anything Goes podcast. My name is Pablo, aka Subtly Artistic, aka Subtle, aka a bunch of other things that I don't want to talk about. And this is my good friend and co-host Alex, aka Verexto. Brief description
How's
of
it going,
this.
guys?
Oh yeah. A brief
Yeah.
description. A brief description of this podcast is we're basically going to talk about any talking points that we run across throughout the week. Yeah, pretty much anything goes. And yeah, if you guys like the show, please, this is going to be a weekly thing, so go ahead and subscribe on whatever feed you're listening to. But we do have a few topics that we pulled up this week. One that I do want to talk about first. My good friend here insists that movies and shows are boring. He's not a movie and show kind of guy. And that's pretty funny because last weekend actually, okay, so we're gaming, right? We're fucking gaming, right?
We're
And
vibing, bro.
we're fucking vibing. And I asked this kid, I'm like, "Hey, have you seen
This kid.
Invincible? Have you seen Invincible?" And he's like, "Yeah, I saw part of it. I honestly didn't like it." And I asked him like, "Dude, did you finish the first episode?" He's like, "Nah." I'm like, all right, dude, we gotta watch the first episode. I mean, if you don't like it by the end of the episode, it's not gonna be for you. And for you guys that have watched the show, you know what I'm talking about. That scene towards the end. So we watched the first episode, and like I had already seen the show, and I liked the show enough that I wanted to watch it again. But we watched the first
Same.
episode. This man was hooked. I'm streaming it to him on Discord so that we can watch it at the same time, right? He's like, "Yo, play the second episode." I don't know. I got hit with like a wave of like exhaustion out of nowhere, and then at some point during the second episode, I fell asleep, and we woke up. It was the third episode. No, it was the end of the third episode, and this man was getting mad at me. He's like, "Yo, why are you donut-walling me? Like I just didn't. I wasn't
Little did
fucking
I know
like.
he was asleep,
I
dude.
was like dead ass
For real.
unconscious. Okay, so I have this tendency. He can't see it, but whenever I watch shows, I get into this position where I have my bed behind me, and I rotate my chair like this, and I just kind of lay down because it's more comfortable, and it hurts my back less. And so I fell asleep like that, and this kid's like getting angry at me because I'm not responding. Little does he know that I'm asleep. And then I watched the fourth episode, and then somewhere in the fifth episode, I fall asleep, and I wake up at the beginning of the eighth, and then we watch the eighth one. But this boy, this man child here,
Binge watched
he binge
everything
watched the whole show.
in one sitting.
But yet he
I
insists
literally
that movies
the only
and
time I
shows are
stood up,
boring.
the only time I stood up was to go to the restroom and to get some food, and then I came back and I continued watching that shit. I had to wait until the episode finished because Paula was asleep, so I was like, oh, I'll just wait, and that's how he went down. But yeah, truly, why a lot of shows and movies, why I think they're boring, at least at the moment. Um, I think they're boring because I just think they're too predictable. Like oftentimes, whenever I watch something, like let's say for example, when I watched Us, I predicted what was gonna happen, and it happened. I was like, oh shit, okay, cool. Great thriller movie, but I was bored. But that's one of the main reasons why I don't really watch anything, and also the reason why I got hooked with Invincible, because I felt that show, it just hit you like out of nowhere, and it was very like unpredictable. Like holy shit, that was like the shock factor. That was what really hooked you. Um, into watching the show, which it worked on me. I really fucking I enjoyed watching that show. Um, and another reason why I just cannot sit down and just watch anything, and why I get bored, it's because for me to be entertained, I have to be doing something. And whenever I am watching a movie or a show, I literally just like I fidget around.
Well, I
I
think
just I
I
you
think
know
I think that comes down to like we live in like a world where like everything feels like it moves so fast. So when we're sitting down, we want to do like a bunch. We want to do like everything at once. So you want
oh
to.
yeah.
It's hard because you're also like time is limited because of all the other things that you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll try to do two things at once to be able to get more efficiency out of it, right? So you're either like doing homework and watching a show, or you're fucking gaming and watching a show, which I know I do
Yeah,
a lot. I have a tendency of playing like RPGs, and they're very grindy. But I watch shows in the background, so it gets my mind off of it.
of course.
But
Yeah, I do.
I do agree with you in the sense that I compared to like older movies, I feel like maybe not that like I feel like they have like no soul. I feel like over time
Like they just follow a
corporations
structure.
like no corporations get greedier and greedier, so they try to make their like they lose their niche rather.
Their
Um,
niche, yeah.
and I feel like a lot of games, a lot of like movie genres, they really like prospered because they didn't try to appeal to everybody, but only like a handful of people. And those people like really liked it. And if it wasn't for you, it wasn't for you. But if it was for you, it was fucking great. You know, a lot of the older horror movies are like that.
Yeah.
And I think the more greed gets involved in anything, it sort of loses its
It's touch.
well, maybe
It's
like not.
niche, like you said.
Well, I mean, obviously they're generalizing it, so it doesn't. People from that niche don't like relate to it anymore. But I feel like it loses like its essence,
Oh yeah, for sure.
and that's the
So
thing.
like, and like because of that, shit just goes stale, and that's why. Well, at least I get bored. So I want to say some people do get bored.
But you know,
Um.
it's not even just a thing about movies. It also happens with music and video games. At least I
Oh
think
yeah,
so.
for sure, dude. Yeah,
It
no,
all
no doubt.
like okay. Let's use
Because
music for example. Like I listen
yeah,
to all this. I mean, obviously there's like shitty songs from all genres, but when I listen to mumble rap, I'm like, yo, this is kind of garbage.
I think mumble rap is eh. It's just there. At first, I was like, yeah, this is kind of cool. Like, it has a nice like flow to it. But then everybody started copying and pasting, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is fucking garbage because it's the same thing over and over and over again, talking about the same thing. Like, there's no uniqueness to any like production, and so that's at least, yeah, like you said, it's just kind of trash. I wouldn't say all mumble rap is trash because there is some mumble rap where it's like it's not that bad. Like
Skibby doo
you
pop
can listen
pop
to it.
like
You like
that.
it do be popping, bro. Yeah. Oh, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, but no, like um, I do agree with you, and I've noticed a lot that speaking of like copy and pasting, a lot of people have been like reproducing old music, like old songs, and that's pretty frequent. Like that's like at the moment it's at its peak. Like a lot of people are doing it.
Like basically like
Everybody's
covers, right?
remixing everything. Not necessarily just covers, but like yeah, covers, remixes. Like everybody's just doing it, bro. And not only that, but I want to say that there's a lot of people who um I want to blame the lack of creativity that's why people do it, since producing
It's
music
because it's
nowadays
about
it's
money,
quite
dude. I it's
oh
because
yeah, it
I
is,
feel like it
it
used to
is.
be like a passion for music. You make music because you love it. But
But
I
there
feel
is no
like
more
people
passion.
people make music for money. They want to be fucking famous. That's all they care about. They don't care about the music.
Exactly, and that's why I'm saying that people just don't give a fuck and they just copy and paste,
They're just fucking corporate drones that just they do
or they
whatever the
use ghost,
corporate.
or they just use ghost producers, for example,
Yeah,
or they
because
could just be
they're
people
just
and they
fucking
do the
drones.
job.
They do whatever is gonna bring them the fame.
Yeah, and that's kind of why, like, the main reason why I stopped pursuing music as like a potential career for me, because I just saw how shitty the music industry like has become. Like it's not the same as it was before. And I mean, maybe back then, I mean, you never know what the fuck happens behind the scenes, right? But like at the superficial level, the music industry has like changed by not even a mile. It has changed like significantly, and that change, it's not necessarily good, but there is some pros to it because some people have come up with very interesting, um, new unique ideas, like experimental music, for example. Let's say so. Flume, like the artist Flume. I used to listen to Flume a lot whenever he first came out with his Flume album. I think it was called I forgot what it's called, but it was the one with like I think it's called Sleepless or something like that. Let me look it up real quick. Yeah, it's called Sleepless. It was somewhere around like 2013, 2012 where I first heard it, I think. And I really liked it because it was unique. Um Not a lot of people liked it because it was, in quotations, it was weird. It was something very different. It's considered experimental music. But um people just started copying, and people started to, just copy and pasting. People started, once something becomes like copy paste and it's mainstream, people just start to like it, whatever, etc. But because of that, shit just goes very stale. And at least for me, a lot of music has gone stale, especially EDM music. I'm a huge like EDM type of guy. I've been listening to electronic music since I was like a little kid. Like I started with disco, and then from disco I started to go to techno, and then from techno I went to trance. From trance I went to like a bunch of different subgenres. Um, and what I did notice throughout time is that, little by little, people started to follow these, like, I guess you can call them formulas or structures.
Yeah,
It's just, like, it's intro, your stereotypical vocalist, like blah 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 blah, and then starts to build up, and then it drops, and then again it does a little bridge, and it's it goes back to like calming down, and then from that spot it goes back to the build up, and then from the build up it drops again, and then from the drop, whatever. It's the same thing over and over again, and that's mainly why I think why a lot of you know a lot of like music has gone stale, because the not only the lack of creativity and you know uniqueness, but also because people just like to follow structures. And I kind of want to say it's if it works, it works. If it works, it works. Just go for it, I guess. But
it's the
it's kind of boring if you ask me.
yeah.
um Same thing for like video games. I know you think video games have gone stale, because I know I do.
Yeah,
Don't you think?
I would think so. The thing is, like there is more games now than I think there's ever been. Like if we go on Steam right now, there's like so many indie games, but like a lot of them are not really engaging. And I feel like when you do find a good game, it's like you get hooked on it for a while. Like recently, me with Resident Evil 8, I beat the game like 4.5 times. I put like 55 hours into it,
Damn. Holy shit. Look at
and
this guy.
I 100% it. And I mean, it's not really an accomplishment that I 100% it, because I try to 100% the games that I play anyways. Um, on PS4 when I was still using my PS4, my PlayStation account. I think I had
Trophy
like six.
hunting.
Yeah, I think I had like 63 platinums. I have like 30, like 100% games on Steam. It feels rewarding to me to like I'll get the 100%, but very often when I'm playing a game, it's not very. It feels more like a drag when I'm doing all the grinding.
More like a hustle.
Yeah, like it feels like a part-time job almost. Like it's not something that I really want to do, but I
I
know
know what you
I should
mean.
do it for the sense of accomplishment at the end.
Yeah,
But with Resident
completionist.
Evil, the whole time I was playing it, I was having a good time. I really liked the game a lot. I wouldn't say it's a 10 out of 10. Obviously, it has a lot of things that I would change. Like Ethan's character can be kind of the main character can be kind of cringy, but all in all, the game is really fun. And
Well, that's cool.
you
I mean, I
know,
haven't played the game,
I
but
can
I've heard it's
in
really
like
good, and I've seen gameplay.
I could probably count the games that in the past like 3 years that have really like hooked me for 3 to 5 years
Yeah.
in the hand, like in my hand, and with the fingers of my hand, I could probably count them. Like I think one of the games that I really like, at least for me, it really appealed to me was Persona 5. So Persona 5 had two releases because Atlas, when they release a mainline Persona game, they tend to release the game, and then a few years later they release the same game with like it's kind of like an extended cut. And when I was getting the platinum for Persona 5, I put like 150 hours into it,
Damn, brother.
and the soundtrack is really good. And I never like got sick of it, even though I was listening to it all the time. Every time I'd be bumping, I'd be like fucking, like Pepe
Jamming it
Jam,
out.
Cat Jam.
Hell yeah, bro.
And
I'm talking
then
about
and
hustle cool
then
as hell.
eventually when the second game came out, I put another 150 hours and I platinumed that too. So it's
Holy
essentially
crap,
the same
nice.
game, but I put like 300 hours into it. But I didn't really mind. By the end of it, I was burnt out because it was 150 hours in like 2 weeks. So
That is crazy as fuck, dude. So, damn, you actually enjoyed the crap out of that game, huh?
yeah, but more often than not, games are not like that. For example, I've been playing the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I had tried beating Mass Effect 1 and I had to put it to the side because it was so fucking boring. And
I'm
I
not gonna
heard
lie, it is kind of boring.
and then when the Legendary Edition came out, they're like, "Oh, we fixed it. It should be better." I played it and it definitely is improved, but
Mechanics and graphics, at least.
it is still really boring. And when I was 100%ing it, I almost gave up on it like a lot of times. But then when I started playing the second one, I was like, "Oh, okay, I get what the hype is about. I understand why people like this game, like this trilogy." But the first
True.
one just fucking sucked.
Well, I want to say that what they meant by that they're gonna fix it. It's like they're gonna like improve the graphics and the mechanics. I'm not. I'm
It is improved.
pretty
It is
sure
improved. It
that
is easier to play, but it's still not a good game. I don't think.
I'm pretty sure that they didn't mean that they were gonna improve like any script writing or anything. I don't think they would have gone out of their way to do that. But I do want to say that one game I did like from like these past couple of years. It came out. I think it came out on 2019. Last no, not what's it called? I have it right here, bro. Let me just check it out. It's Star Wars. Star
Squadron.
Wars. Jedi Fallen Order,
Oh yeah, it's
dude.
like Dark Souls, pretty much, no? Like
I
Star Wars
fucking
Dark
love that
Souls.
game. Yeah, I love that game. Like I played it, and I wasn't expecting much, honestly. I came in with the mentality of like, oh, it's gonna be an EA game. It's not gonna be that great or whatever. But dude, I actually like I liked that game a lot. I finished the game and I played it again like 3 times. At first I played it on like casual. The second time I did it, I played it on the next difficulty, and then the very last one I did it on the most difficult. I think it's Jedi. Like that's how much I like that game because I was like, holy crap, this is actually pretty cool. So that's one exception of like the games from like recent years where like they're bad because this one's actually pretty good. In my opinion, Fallen Order was pretty good. I like the game.
Also, like I mean,
Um,
like I feel like what also doesn't help is I feel like games have become too easy.
that is very true.
Like the scaling,
Um,
like I think like you only have like like a handful of games that stick true to the origins of just being hard. Like Dark Souls has one difficulty, and I like that about it. That the game is fucking hard. I love that. You know.
I need to play that game. I've seen it and
I like a
watching all three
challenge.
of
You know,
them.
almost always when I
Yeah,
play
me
a new
too.
game, I play the hardest difficulty right off the bat, even if I don't know how to play it. And I learned
If
through.
there's no challenge in a game, then it's not fun.
I don't think so, anyways. Like you were telling me
What, you
about
don't?
that Daigo video from Evo 2004. Like that's
Oh
such like
yeah, the
like
Daigo Parry
for like yeah
fighting games.
like fighting games aren't the same. You know, it's like now
They're really not.
when you block, you just hold one direction and it blocks all the attacks. But you had to
Yeah,
manually block every attack like pitch perfect back in it.
yeah. So like Street Fighter 2, for example, all freaking combos, like ultra combos or supers, whatever the hell you want to call them, you had to block them like in quotations manually. Like you had to perfectly time each frame so you can block the attack. And the Daigo parry was still is a really good example of what true skill should look like when it comes to fighting games. But because of like contemporary fighting games, yes, like pretty much anybody can do it in theory, but it's not as impressive because all you do is hold one button or you just hold back and you're just blocking every single attack rather than parrying each frame. So I
I
do
actually,
agree that
I
video
actually
games
have
have
the
gotten
clip if
significantly
you want to watch
easier.
it.
Dude, yeah, play that shit, bro. I want to see that. That shit,
Uh,
it's
I
fog.
gotta,
It's hella nice, dude.
okay, so I'm gonna play this, and while it plays, I'm gonna go grab another beer. I'll be right back.
The first time I ever saw this, dude, I was creaming. Like this is some impressive shit, man.
Turtle style. Overcome Rao. Now on the verge of putting Daigo down. 1-0.
Watch this shit, guys. Oh man, that is true skill. Bro, look at all the geeks and nerds in the background. Hey man, I wish I was there.
All the ladies in the background.
Oh yeah, dude. Bro, on some real shit, man. I wish I was, dude. Okay, so the only time I've ever gone to a tournament, like a fighting game tournament, it was super fun. Like I actually enjoyed the crap out of going because it was like a local tournament for whenever I used to live in some part of Texas. I'm not gonna mention it, but I used to live somewhere around like the south. And it was a local tournament and it was super fun because everybody it was like the hype was just super real. And not only that, I've met a lot of nice people. Like even though it was super competitive, nobody was being like a little salty, like little cunt, I guess you can say. And that just kind of reminds me of Face Sway's tweet. Have you seen what he said, bro? About how people react and play nowadays? Like the downfall of video games.
It's on
That's what he
the
mentioned.
topic, right? Like on the topic
Yeah.
list.
Yeah,
Hold on,
check
let me
this shit
pull it
out,
up.
dude.
Oh, this one, right?
Yes, sir. The downfall of video games started when kids complained about people being good at the game. I remember when I was a kid and saw a prestige master in COD. I didn't tell him to take a shower or go outside. I sent that MF a friend request. Dude, I relate to this so much. That experience that I told you when I went to that fighting game tournament, that's a perfect example because like nobody at the end of the day, we're just having fun. We're just playing. Like competitive or not, we're just there for a good time and if you're being a little salty bitch, you're gonna kill the vibe. But that was like a rare occasion. That was like your rare like oh I lost at Smash Bros. Melee. Oh, I'm gonna throw a tantrum and break my controller, whatever. It was super rare. Now, like a lot of people are just like salty people, and they just complain about everything, and they just it's weird. They just complain about oh no, this is too broken. Oh no, like this guy's too good. Nerf this. Like I feel like that just ruins games, and that's part of the reason why I think some games, or if not the majority, are going stale because people complain so much that they shift a game towards a direction that it's not really intended to go, and because of that shift, it changes it by so much that the game just it's not as fun as it was.
Mhm.
And would I want to say that Overwatch is kind of an example? Don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, okay. Well, you guys don't know this, but Alex and I were we used to be pretty good back in the day of Destiny. We were both
Destiny
like
1.
easily like top 500 players back when we used to play when it was out. Obviously, we used to go by different handles then, and we won't bring up what they were out of like because I guess Alex wants to like remain like he wants to separate from that past. But
Yeah, I don't want to go to I don't want to
but I used to
go
be
back to the
like I
same.
used to be one of the best like snipers in the game, and the amount of times that they nerf sniper rifles in the game because okay, the majority of people are what were called apes. They'd equip a shotgun and just fucking use characters with high mobility and run at you and shotgun melee you. And it
Just
was
bum rush.
really just bum rush you. It was really busted. And then snipers, on the other hand, they have to play strategic or like play aggressively with it. But if you're playing aggressively, you have to rely on your aim, and you have to headshot people as they're pushing you, right? Or you're gonna get shotgun. And I would slide around corners and headshot people and get out.
Or you could no scope and then melee them. That worked too.
But
I remember doing that.
people would say it's too broken. But the thing is, like, it becomes a point of like you can't nerf skill. You know what I mean? You can make it harder for people that are good, but that kind of dilutes the game. I feel because you put everyone at the
Unfair for those who are good.
yeah you put everyone on equal not even equal ground. You nerf people that are good so that people that aren't good feel like they are.
Like they're good. That speaking of which, dude, that kind of reminds me of Fortnite, and it bothered me so much how they changed Fortnite so much because people kept complaining about everything, and because of those complaints, everything changed, and they basically lowered that skill ceiling, and they kept bringing it down and down and down and further down, and it got to the point where anybody could really win in that game. I understand, but at the same time, I feel that competitive and casual should just stay separated. Like, sure, you can make changes. You can make the changes in arena because that's the competitive mode for Fortnite. Like, you can make whatever changes you want, and you can make whatever changes on casual, but don't like make compromises to please you know what I mean? Like if you make sacrifices that's gonna ruin the game for you know everybody at the end of the day. Because whether or not you believe it or not, people are still gonna complain about the changes that you make. So you can't really even please those who made the complaints. And like you said, they kept nerfing not even snipers, dude. Like in Destiny 1, they also nerfed the hunters because a lot of good players were hunter players, and they kept nerfing hunters, even though they were the weakest subclass, or I mean class. Sorry, they were the weakest class of Destiny 1, and they just kept nerfing them. But it is what it is. People complained, and Bungie served, and that's kind of how.
And it's if you have like
For me,
I went on the
that's kind of how I
I
read.
went on the forums a few times and I offered genuine criticism like yo, we could do this. It would make the game more balanced. But like people like would downvote the shit out of my comments because it's like, yeah, he's not complaining about shock snipers or hunters.
Snipers.
Let's fucking downvote him.
Oh, dude, he's part of that top 1%, dude. Screw him over. Head ass. I remember that. I mean, I didn't go a fuck because at the end of the day, I was a sniper and a shotgun player. I was a warlock main. I also played hunter, but that's besides the point. Anyways, I found it unfair how people how you have to quote unquote nerf good players, and that consequently just ruins the game for everybody. Because believe it or not, the good players most of the time are the ones who are your content creators for the game. If those people get really bored of that game because you keep screwing them over, they're gonna go and they're not gonna give you any publicity for your game. And that's kind of what happened with Destiny 1. You know, the game just died because everybody just left.
Because here's the thing, right? People are good
Yeah.
because they dedicate time.
Exactly.
Just like with anything else, if you practice as a musician, the more time you put into it, the better you're gonna get. It's not fair for someone that put in so much time to be at a disadvantage against people who play like 1 hour or 2 a week. Just because they complain, they're like, it's not fair. He is so good. You gotta nerf the guy. He's too powerful. He's too good. It's the weapon.
Yeah, I don't know. I agree, dude. It's stupid how people think that they should have an equivalent chance of beating somebody who's actually good and dedicate time to that game. That's not how it works. Not even in the real life. You're not gonna stand an equal chance with somebody who has more experience than you. Of course, that guy is gonna win. He has the advantage because he put more time into it.
Exactly.
You're not gonna, oh no, he has more experience than me. That's unfair. Well, that's just how it is, bro. If you dedicate time and you put in the work, you're gonna see results. Yeah, you're gonna get the advantage and you're gonna see results.
It's
if
like
you put in the work.
It's like think about it like in let's talk about like basketball. Like, oh, LeBron James, he's too good. We gotta make it so it's fair for everybody. You know, like they nerf fucking.
They break his legs.
Yo, snap his legs. Exactly. Yo, bro. Sorry to do this to you, but
I'm sorry, LeBron, about to break your legs, man.
Yeah, dude. Everyone was complaining, so say goodbye to your fucking kneecaps, dog.
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, exactly. That's just not how it works, bro. You're just handicapping people who we put in that work. It's dumb. You don't do that. That is weird, champ.
Weird champ as fuck.
Weird champ. Hell, as hell, yeah. And that just kind of, it kind of reminds me of this like thought that's been like in my head where I'm just like, bro, like, how can people be like that? Like, how can people want everything like
and
at their service? Like, they just want things in their fucking hand.
Well, okay, look,
that's just not how it works.
You want to hear some like deep brain, like highly intellectual shit? It's
yeah,
like,
go for it, bro.
It's because I feel like ever since kids are little, they're always like, their parents are always like, oh, you're special, you're so good, blah blah blah, and then you have all this media like. All like these shows, these kid shows, they're saying, oh, you're unique, you're special, you're the best. When that's not true. Not everybody is the best. Right? So I feel like they get so used to hearing that. And then they grow up and they're like, oh shit, this guy's better than me. But I thought I was the best.
And they feel entitled. Yeah.
Like, I should be the best.
I know, I see what
something's gotta be wrong if I'm not the best. Something's broken.
It's like they develop these mentalities that they just grow up with, like, oh, like nobody can be better than me.
I think like, not the case. Yeah, it's like kids getting smothered with like that, like kind of like almost like maybe even like entitlement when they're growing up, that they feel like they should be the best, and if they're not, something's wrong. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Something's broken.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, there's always gonna be a bigger fish out there,
No matter what, yeah. Exactly.
No matter what, like even though you are, let's hypothetically say you are the best in the world at something. Let's say you're
There's
the
always gonna
best.
be someone younger. You're gonna get old, and
Yeah,
someone's gonna be
you're gonna,
younger.
yep. Somebody's gonna overtake, and you're gonna lose your spot. Somebody is always gonna take your spot, no matter what, and that's okay. It's normal. It happens, you know. As long as you can take it, and as long as you can learn from it, as long as you can take it as experience, hey, like that's totally fine. But people don't have to be little, like they don't have to be little shits where they just throw tantrums and like, oh no, like
Exactly.
this is not how it's supposed to be. Like I'm supposed to be the very best. I should have everything right here in my hand.
What's
Case,
that?
'cause, you know,
What's that one fucking quote from fucking Star Wars? Star Wars.
which
What was it?
one?
You were supposed to be the one, or something like that.
Oh, you were supposed to be the chosen one, Anakin.
Let's see if I
Something like
can
that.
find it. That's like literally like that's how they are in their own fucking head and shit. Let's see if I
In
can.
their own head. I was supposed to be the chosen one.
It's fucking.
You were the chosen one. Hey, I don't know, man. I don't really.
One.
Yeah, there you go.
It was said that you would destroy this and not join them.
That's literally fucking
Bring balance
kids.
to the force.
Literally
Not
kids
even a
fucking
dog.
growing up. They're like, yo, I was supposed to be the chosen one.
He was supposed to. Dude. I need to watch Star Wars because I haven't really watched it. The only thing I've watched about Star Wars is The Mandalorian. And surprisingly enough, that's another show that I actually sat down and enjoyed. I haven't told you about it, but I actually sat down and watched
Oh my
Mandalorian.
god, yikes, dude, yikes. You're so
It's a good
full
show,
of
man.
it, dude.
It's a good show, man. I'm not gonna lie. Why am I gonna lie, bro? Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's a trash ass show.
Yo,
blah, blah,
for real,
blah.
for real?
I liked it. For real,
On a
bro. No
stack?
cap on a stack. Yeah,
No
on a stack.
kissing?
No kizzy, bro.
Sheesh.
Sheesh indeed, brother. Amen.
Um, yeah,
But
man.
yeah, dude. People
That's
just have these weird ass
egos,
mentalities.
almost.
Yeah, you could say egos too.
What did you think about the... You're caught up with the dream thing, right?
Oh hell yeah, dude. That cheater, that two-timer.
The two-timer, dude.
That
Forcing
two-time.
CD.
Fuck, dude. I find that very, very, very crazy, dude.
Okay, so for you guys that don't know what happened, this big YouTube Minecraft this big Minecraft YouTuber by the name of fucking Dream, a couple months back, right? He the moderating crew for Minecraft, they noticed that for like a period of time, it seemed like he had higher drop rates for certain items that are needed for the speedrun for Minecraft, right?
Yeah.
So let me give you a little context to the speedrun, right? So
Yeah, explain it to them, brother.
So this is based off of a random seed. So the game will give you a seed, and based off if you have that seed, it'll always generate that same world on that seed. But the seed is always generated, and there's like billions, maybe even trillions, quadrillions.
Dude, there's like
of
an
combinations. There's like
seeds,
so many
honestly.
different combinations.
Yeah, there's so many.
So
I don't know the exact like calculation, but dude, it's virtually like infinite.
and then
It's a lot.
on top of that, you have your RNG, which is the random number generator. So it's almost like you have like a dice that like you roll, and based off of your roll, it determines whether you get an item or not,
Or you
or
don't.
you get an enemy to spawn or not. That's essentially what it is, and it's always running, right? So even if statistically speaking, which is pretty much impossible, let's say Alex and I randomly got the same seed, the same enemies might not spawn, and we might not get the same, and we're probably not going to get the same drop rate even if they did spawn. But throughout like a period, I think of like it was like a week or something, like he had like a ridiculous amount of luck.
Yeah, exactly. Let's
then,
just say
like-
that his orange, the fucking charts. It was crazy.
So they said either he's cheating or he had the most luck ever. And Dream has this thing where he'll kind of like brigade his followers to attack someone, but not really. He said, "Hey guys, I hate
It's
this
like very
guy,
subtle.
but don't attack him, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. And then they'll
Very
attack him.
subtle.
And he did that first with the fucking moderators. And the moderators got attacked. And the moderators put proof out as to why they know that he is probably cheating. It was a lot of like deep math, like a lot of like advanced math, above my grade, like above my head, because I'm not a mathematician like Alex here.
Oh yeah, I'm a mathematics major, bro. So I checked out the document itself to check out the statistics and the standard, like the whole. Okay, so the way how it works, there's standard deviations, and you can really choose however you want. Practically, based on the graphs.
Wait, while you explain this, I
charts.
really, 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 really have to
Let's go.
pee.
Let's
So,
go. It's fine.
so while you explain this, I'll be right back.
So whenever I checked out the document, I checked out the statistics of the whole fiasco, the whole like whoa, like his practically his run, his speed run, and compared to like I guess you could call it the not really not necessarily the default, but yeah, let's call it a default. So basically, the mathematicians, apparently astrophysicists and different statisticians, that's a mouthful. They compared all the stats, or they gathered the stats, and when compare the data, his Dream's speed runs RNG was, not necessarily a statistical anomaly, but it was highly unlikely. It was very unlikely. So there was a really good chance that he was cheating, which was the case.
I'm back. By the way. But also,
Alright.
I don't know if you did you mention about the mathematician he hired?
Yeah. So Dream hired a mathematician. Who was it? The astrophysicist, no, from Harvard or some shit like that.
I think so, some shit like that. I don't know.
So he hired him, and that guy, he gathered samples. From those samples, he started to do his calculations. He came up with these different statistics, and with those stats, he was backing up Dream, claiming that he didn't cheat. But as tension started growing, as a lot of shit was going on, the guy, I want to say the guy felt like he fell under a lot of pressure.
Well, yeah, because he did fuck up on his statistics.
So he was like, "Oh yeah, I fucked up on my stats, and yeah, this guy was cheating." So,
and then Dream went quiet for a while, and then like a few days ago, he came forward and he said that, "Oh, that mod folder that mysteriously got deleted? It turns out that I had a mod that I didn't know about that raises your percentage." And this was a mod that changed the chances of getting like the things that he
different
did.
items.
Yeah, it raises. If it was like 1 in a billion, it went down to like 1 in like 1,000 or something like. It was crazy, the big difference in percentage.
Yeah, so like instead of being 0.0001%, his drops will be like 0.01%, which is a huge difference if you ask me. Significantly.
And the biggest problem is that, despite the fact that he admitted that he's cheating, but he said it indirectly. He said, "Oh, I had a mod that altered it," but he still insists he didn't cheat.
Yeah.
So he got called. Okay, there's this big YouTuber called Video Game Donkey. Really funny. If you guys haven't heard of him,
really funny, man.
You guys should go check him out. He does like
man, it's fucking hilarious.
He does like meme reviews on video games. Go give him a check. You'll check out his channel. I mean, basically,
pure satire.
It's pure satire.
Yeah.
At first, he said, "Oh yeah, this guy's cheating." Then he made one where he was apologizing, and then he made another where he's like taking back my apology. I actually have that video, so you guys just can kind of like get an idea. You probably won't watch the whole thing, but I do want to show you guys.
Well, can't believe I'm actually saying this, but
Oh wait. I don't even. It's not even fucking showing. Hold on. Let me. It's on the wrong screen.
Have you never been showing it?
I have, but
this is such a horrific day
Oh,
for the
okay.
Minecraft
I'm
community.
just asking,
For
bro.
people that are out of
I
the
think
loop
so.
on the Dream drama.
I don't know.
5
Honestly, I'm a
months
little
ago, the
buzzed.
famous speedrunner Dream got caught cheating in his
It is what it
speedrun.
is,
So I
man.
made a video called Minecraft Speedrunner Dream Busted for Cheating Drama.
Bro,
But
and
then
then one thing
Dream
you have to
put out a
consider
video
too is that
proving, and
each
notice how
trade that he
proving
was
was in
doing with the
quotation
piglings,
marks there. He put out
they're
a video
all
proving he didn't
independent,
cheat. So then the
like,
whole internet flipped to being back on Dream's side.
events.
So I had to make an apology video to Dream, otherwise
So you
my
have to
channel
multiply
could have been
those
cancelled. Well,
independent events.
turns out that apology video was a huge waste of my
The
time
number's crazy,
because
guys. Very
Dream
crazy.
really did cheat. Yep. Just yesterday, Dream admitted on Twitter that he cheated in his speedrun. Hey guys,
Oh, no.
Dream here. I'm writing this 10-page document in my bath at 4 a.m. on my phone. Blah blah blah, bunch of dumb shit. Turns out I actually did have cheat codes on. Whoopsie daisy, son of a bitch. Now, you guys know how big of a
think that's
Dream
enough.
fan I am.
I think they
So
get the
to
general.
see this 5
Now the thing is that Dream watched the video, and he again did the thing where he says, "Oh, don't want to attack them, even though they're talking shit about me. Definitely don't go attack them." And of course, Donkey went and got attacked by his fucking his little
Minecraft
his little 4-year-old army, and
We call them
and
Minecraft
also
stands.
the fucking frogs, the Minecraft frogs,
The Minecraft stands, yeah.
and then camera focus. Come on, I'm here. Look at me. Okay, there we go. Also the popular streamer Hassan Abi, he got attacked by them as well. He basically called them out, and he did the same thing. It's that guy. Did you see what he did? What Hassan did? He kind of
No.
just played like an old clip of him playing Minecraft to try to get those Minecraft viewers to stay. Pretty smart.
Really?
Yeah, that's pretty funny. But yes, this man's
Some
cheated.
5-ish
He still won't
shit,
admit
big
to
brainer.
cheating officially. But yeah, it's the thing is like you guys probably don't care, right? You're like, oh, it's just a game, right? But think about it like a lot of people take this serious. You know, there's a lot of competition involving it, and they don't want to let it get like watered down because it'll drive people away. Like imagine if the NFL or the the NBA,
NBA.
you know, if someone got caught cheating and nothing happened, you know, it'd be a joke. The league would be a joke.
Yeah.
So people want this to be taken serious. So that's I guess you could call it a sport. The sport could continue to grow, but
Well, yeah, it's because
and it's like whatever, you know. His fan base probably wouldn't care if he cheated, but just fucking say it. Just fucking admit to it.
Yeah.
What's the fucking big deal? Like I cheated, okay? We don't care. We like your video funny, you know. Ha ha ha! I 5-year-old. He playing Minecraft. It's okay. You know what I mean? But it's like the
fine,
fact that he doesn't
people-
want to admit it.
Yeah, people make yeah. I guess you can call it a mistake, but yeah, people make mistakes. And not only that, but it's the thing about speedruns is that people make careers of them. And so that's what their lives that's what they are dedicated. Like that's what they dedicate their time, 16 hours at most, or at least, unless you're fucking crazy and you do it 24/7. But people literally like invest their time to shed milliseconds. Like
Yeah, like
even,
the top
sec-
streamers, they put like
seconds.
16 hours a day. And with the
And,
game
you
that's so
know-
heavily impacted with RNG, you could do everything perfect and not get like a world record because your run is heavily dependent on skill.
On yeah.
Or sorry, on luck.
On luck, yeah. And so let's say, yeah. So based on luck, it's a make or break for a world record. And with that world record, at least in this case, you get exposure, and with that exposure, you get money. And for speedrunners, that's what they dedicate their lives. They dedicate a lot of time to shed, like I said, milliseconds. And just for somebody to cheat, shed not only milliseconds but a lot of seconds, even minutes, actually, because of the luck. and get away with it, it's not a little bit unfair. It's very unfair because you're literally screwing over people who actually work very hard. And it just kind of goes back to the whole thing of like, oh, people want shit like handed to them and they want their lives facilitated, but that's not how it works. You got to put in that work. And so that's what these speedrunners do. And for them to have their hard work taken away like that, it's just it's very scummy.
Yeah.
If you ask me, it's very shitty.
Um,
You need to check yourself before you wreck yourself, bro.
did you see that video of John Cena apologizing to China?
No, actually, what is it all? What's it about?
Okay, so I don't know the full context of the video. I don't know if it was like he called Taiwan a country in Fast and the Furious 9, or if he said it somewhere like outside of the film. But like basically, like China got angry and he bowed down to them and apologized. But not only did he
Really?
apologize to them, but he apologized in Mandarin, which is like very weird.
Oh shit! What the fuck? So he actually went out of his way to do that? That's fucking nuts. What? No way.
So
Really?
I actually have a clip here. It was on the Tonight Show or the Late Show with Stephen Colbert. I can play that real quick.
They're my bros though.
Star and
For
former
real.
pro wrestler John Cena has touched off an international controversy.
Cena apologized to the people of China after calling Taiwan a country during a promotional interview with a Taiwanese broadcaster.
Taiwan is a country. I mean, it's an independent country. John Cena is not alone in Hollywood in towing that line.
我必须说，现在就是很重要。我爱更尊重中国，更中国人。
A Late Show has acquired the full apology.
Dude, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
你好，中国，这是叫西呢。我做很多采访，很多。所以在一个采访，我有一个错误。所有
Bro, Taiwan doesn't exist, dude.
如果我可以用
Dude,
中文，
it's all in your
所以
head,
就
it's
请
all
主人
fake.
给我，所以很多采访，很多我。
Dude, that is
我有
fucking
一个
crazy.
错误，我必须说现在
Oh, and you know
就是
Tibet?
很
Fuck Tibet,
很
dude.
重要。
Fuck those guys in
我
Tibet.
爱
Look
更
at this shit, dude, right here. It's like watch out. RKO out of nowhere. Look at this shit right here.
中国跟中国人，中国跟中国人，不好意思，再
What the
见。
fuck? Well, bro, what the hell, man? Like he actually like went on his way to learn what, man?
Bro, okay. There's like so many things to analyze about that. First of all, it's like super cringy. Can we agree on that that's like super cringy?
It's awkward. It's odd. Like for me, it's bizarre. I've never I don't know how to react to it. I'm
It's like,
just like what the fuck?
like, dude, imagine. Oh, you know that place that's on a planet? Like that place actually doesn't exist. That place, if you travel there, empty, no people. You know Zootopia? Just like that. It's actually part of a movie, dude. It don't exist.
Dude, what the fuck? It's crazy.
And then like, I don't understand why the fuck did he bring Tibet into this? Where the fuck did Tibet come from, dude?
I don't know, dude, but I don't know where that came from either.
That came out of left field, dude.
I don't know how
That was weird.
Very weird.
Also,
very odd.
okay,
It's bizarre.
I don't speak Mandarin, right? So obviously take this with a grain of salt. But doesn't it kind of feel like his accent was kind of good?
It sounded good to me. That's why it felt bizarre to me because I was like, holy shit! Like he's actually speaking Mandarin to apologize.
Bro, this is like K Comrade right here. Look at him.
Speaking in Mandarin. There you go.
It's so K Comrade, dude.
It's fucking crazy, dude.
Dude, he looks like he has like a fucking like alien tentacle on the back of his head. He's being like controlled. Look at him. Look at him.
Like that one episode from Futurama.
Like fucking remote control and shit, dude. What the fuck?
You know which episode I'm talking about?
Which one?
In Futurama, where it's just like I forgot what it was, but it's this creature that goes through like this portal because like time warped, and he starts to take over Earth, and the way he does it, it's like he connects to everybody through tentacles. In Futurama, have you ever seen that shit? It's kind of weird, but it's kind of cool. Never seen it.
No, I don't think so. I've seen a few
Okay.
episodes, but I don't think I've seen them.
Okay, have you seen all of the episodes of Futurama?
I have not.
Then yeah, you had to, yeah. Then never mind. You don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's kind of why you reminded me of whenever you mentioned that. But low key, yeah, I can see it. Damn,
But
that's
I
bizarre as
don't
fuck,
know.
dude.
It's like, okay, I know that there's like a lot of people that are bowing down to China because China has like a lot of leverage when it comes to money. But
Oh
at the
yeah,
same time, it's like these people are rich. Even if they got canceled because of some shit that China did, they'd probably be fine. Do they really need money that much? Because fucking LeBron James did that shit too with the whole Hong Kong shit.
that's I don't know. That's
Do they really need the money that bad? What do they need it for?
I want to say it's more than that. You know, it's the Chinese government, maybe.
Could be.
Yeah, I mean,
It's just weird.
maybe they wouldn't give a fuck about the money. Like probably the Chinese government that
Like to get killed or have their family get attacked or something, maybe?
something like that.
Could be.
I mean, that's some crazy conspiracy, right? I'm not gonna say it's fucking true, but
Some
that could be a
Some
possibility. That
fucking five-head shit?
yeah, it's some crazy ass shit where like, oh, the Chinese government is controlling me, so I have to
Dude,
apologize.
did you hear about that leaked Powerpuff Girls script?
I found it very, very, very cringy.
Okay,
No,
guys.
cringy.
Now everybody's favorite network, if you haven't heard, is remaking our beloved like childhood cartoon. These people are top tier. Everybody loves them. They're the best. Obviously not. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, or what I'm talking about, the CW is rebooting Powerpuff Girls with the girls being adolescents, and one of the bigger issues that I have with, so it's not so much about the skin color or of any of the cast. It bugged me that even though they were all born at the same time from the same explosion, they're different. I don't care. Like, to me, I would rather them either all be black, all be Asian, all be Hispanic, or all be white. It doesn't make sense to me that like I think one of them is Asian, one is white, and one is black. And then they all look extremely different. Like they don't even look like siblings.
Yeah.
That is what kind of like irked me initially when I saw it. At the same time, I didn't really care because I knew it wasn't gonna be a show that was gonna be fun. But then when the script
it's a
leaked,
show or a movie?
it's gonna be a show, a series.
Oh, dude, that's even worse.
But when the show leaked, the dialogue is like very cringy. It's like very like like some old guy trying to relate to fucking millennials or like Gen Z.
Trying to fit in.
And I'll show you guys so you guys know what I mean. This is like there's like 3 different pictures of the script. There's the first one. It's Bubbles. Blossom's fine. I saw on her Insta that she has a boyfriend. I saw on her LinkedIn that she just got promoted. And I saw on Facebook that she still talks to Grandpa despite their political differences. Buttercup. Coming back here is probably triggering for her. Bubbles. Why? Because she's the one who killed Mojo? I mean... Okay. First of all, no one fucking talks like this, dude. Okay, I get the... Dude... Yo, did you see that on... I can see that line existing. Like, yo, did you see on Insta that picture? She posted that she has a new boyfriend. Who the fuck brings up LinkedIn?
Nobody.
At least no one that I know.
Yeah, I cannot think of anybody who talks about LinkedIn, bro.
And like,
Except
who brings
work,
up the fact that they still talk to their grandpa on Facebook, despite their political differences?
Even worse.
That's weird.
That's weird as fuck. Yeah.
Or this from Buttercup. Bloss, wake up, or we'll leak your nudes everywhere. Off Bubbles confusion. That worked on you once. So this is so weird because it insinuates that they already leaked her news once. But like, I mean, I could be wrong. But I never had siblings that did this. I never did this to any of my
Never.
siblings. This is weird.
Very.
Or this one. Bubbles, look, we love being Powerpuff Girls, but sometimes we wanted to be other things too. Like in Dirty Dancing, Baby wanted to join the Peace Corps, but she also wanted to be a fancy slut. Her dad didn't get it. Dude, what? This is
Dude,
weird.
this is supposed to be this is supposed to be from a kid's cartoon, by the way. It's
Also, this next part, it kind of cracks me up
Fuck.
because I see Drake and I imagine like the rapper.
Oh yeah?
Emotionally, Jerry Orbach was doing his best to understand. And the next scene, International Powerpuff Girls home. Hallway, Buttercup's room, day. Blossom heads upstairs where the bumping sound continues from Buttercup's room, then abruptly stops. Blossom opens the door and finds Buttercup in bed with Macy, the woman she eyed at the bar the night before. They just finished. Blossom, oh god, I'm sorry. Buttercup, it's fine, to Macy. We're done, right? Macy, I'd say 6 times is enough. Okay. One thing that I really hate about the CW is they do a lot of pandering. I
Yeah.
don't think that there needs to be representation in everything. And if there's gonna, like, especially in this show, assuming they had made all the girls, it's like it feels like they take the representation and they crank it up to like 200.
200? Yeah.
You know, like it isn't like you can't be subtle about the fact that she's a lesbian. You have to make a whole thing about her catching her like in bed with another girl, and it's also like so weird that like why is the bed fucking like why is the bed like why is the room shaking? You know, why is there a bumping sound? Like, okay, I've seen my fair amount of porn. When I see scissoring, it's nothing like when you have sex. What bumping sound could come from that? Unless they're trying to insinuate that Blossom is or Buttercup is pegging this poor girl.
Maybe, I don't know.
Which is like a weird thought to have.
I don't know.
Yo,
I think this is like.
Can you talk? I gotta pee again. I hate to be that guy, but I'll be right back.
Go for it, dude. Don't worry about it. I think this is like way too fucking explicit for something that's supposed to be like a kids show or cartoon. Like a kids show, or I don't know, unless they intended the audience to be some like adult, like unless they intended the audience to be like adults, right? I could see that, but even then, even though that adult audience will be spectating the show, I just think it's the thing that's gonna weird the people out is how they have transformed the Powerpuff Girls. Like it's nothing like the original Powerpuff Girls, and I'm pretty sure that's what, regardless whether this was supposed to be a kids show or not. Even if adults spectating this, I'm pretty sure they would not watch this because they would be like, I guess you could say, scarred or traumatized with seeing the fucking Powerpuff Girls like this. I don't know. I just find this very bizarre, and I don't understand why it's why somebody like, I don't know, man. Like the production value behind this, it's weird. Like why would production come up with this? What's up with the script writing? Why would they even come up with this idea in the first place? I just think that's kind of bizarre in my opinion.
I'm back, brother.
But yeah, I think that's very weird. It's not kind of weird. It's very weird for me, at least.
It's so funny to me though that there's actually people on, like, if you scroll down, you can see people saying like, "Oh, shaking my head at the people thinking this might be real," and then a few days later they like announce that they're like reshooting because no one liked the script.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, that like more than like just like confirms it, you know.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, what the? I moved
If
you
if it
around.
wasn't if that wasn't the case, then why would they reshoot?
Exactly. Dude. Did you hear that shit about Drake Bell?
No, what the fuck happened to him?
So you guys all know beloved Drake Bell, right? From the hit show Drake and Josh. Well, he was charged for crimes against a child, I guess. And I have the article here, so you guys can kind of read it along with us, because Alex didn't know about too much about it, but I just heard about it today.
Inappropriate chats with teen.
And is now had inappropriate chats with teen, is now charged with multiple crimes prosecuted. Jared Drake Bell, who played Drake in the hit Nickelodeon TV show Drake and Josh, is facing charges in Cuyahoga County. According to the Cuyahoga County Prosecutor's Office, Bell, 34, is charged with attempted endangering children, a 4th-degree felony, and disseminating matter harmful to juveniles, a first-degree misdemeanor.
Bro, what the fuck?
Fox 8 News has learned that Bell allegedly engaged in an inappropriate chat with the alleged victim that at times was sexual in nature. The alleged incident happened on December 1st, 2017. The prosecutor's office said the victim, 15, filed a report with her local police department in Canada in October 2018 regarding an incident involving Bell that occurred the previous year in Cleveland. Officials say Canadian authorities contacted Cleveland police, who conducted an investigation into the allegations. The investigation reportedly revealed that the victim had established a relationship with Bell several years prior. She then attended his Cleveland concert in December 2017. At the concert, Bell violated his duty of care and, in doing so, created a risk of harm to the victim, the prosecutor's office reports. The investigation also revealed that months leading up to the concert, Bell allegedly sent the victim inappropriate social media messages. Bell, who also goes by Drake Campana, tweeted in October of 2017 that he was scheduled to play Cleveland's The Odeon Concert Club on December 1st, 2017. As of Friday afternoon, it appears the tweet has been deleted. Court documents show Bell appeared in Cuyahoga County Courtroom Thursday, June 3rd. At the time, he entered a not guilty plea and was freed on a $2,500 personal bond. Bell agreed to have no contact with the alleged victim in the case. A pretrial hearing is scheduled for June 23rd via Zoom. Fox 8 News has learned that Bell is expected to enter a plea of no contest or guilty to the Bill of Information. Bell was asked to submit DNA, which is standard practice in Ohio. Drake and Josh aired from 2004 to 2007 with several spin-offs. Bell has continued to do voice work and released several albums for which he has toured nationwide. So I had heard kind of like things about this. The thing that I is like very difficult to deal with. Well, okay. Even when it comes to the R word, it rhymes with grape.
Oh.
The thing that's so difficult about that is it's only, from my understanding, it's only possible to to prove it within the first few days of happening.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's a lot of people that accuse people of grape when no such thing happened, right? So it becomes a situation where it turns from being innocent until proven guilty to being guilty until proven
innocent.
So let's say, let's use the situation with Sinatra. So for you guys that don't know, Sinatra is a professional esports player he was a professional esports player for a team called Sentinels for the game Valorant, which is a tactical first-person shooter. So Sinatra got accused by his ex-girlfriend for sexual assault, and instantly Riot, without confirming anything, Riot pretty much temporarily banned his account. Sinatra got banned. He got dropped by a lot of his sponsors. Fortunately, Sentinels only They only knocked him down to a content creator, but he's no longer on the professional team. The issue I have with this is, so there is evidence where it shows Sinatra being like, you know, I guess you could say proving the sexual assault. But the thing is, it's all digital, and that stuff can always be manipulated.
Photoshopped. Or
I'm
like,
not
yeah,
saying that's the
just
case
edit
right
it.
now. I'm not saying that's the case right now. It could very likely be that what they said happened, right? I'm not saying that's not what happened. But it seems so weird that people are attacking him when court is still ongoing and the results have not come out yet. You know? His reputation, regardless of whether he's innocent or guilty, is permanently damaged.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude.
And that's what makes stuff like this so complicated, right? Like,
Oh yeah, most definitely.
because assuming that Drake, I'm not saying Drake Bell is innocent, but assuming that he is innocent, his reputation is tarnished. You know,
Would be, yeah.
It's gonna take so long for it to ever get back to where it was, if it ever does. And
Yeah.
and the person who
If.
accused him is probably gonna get off scotch-free. I think that if someone accuses you of rape and they're lying and
You
it's
should get
proven,
penalized.
she should get that penalty that you were gonna receive. Get locked up
Yeah.
for the years that you were gonna get locked up, at the very least, for reparations. Because there's no amount of money that you can't buy trust. There's no amount of money that can buy that trust back. There's no amount of money that can fix your reputation, and your reputation is already tarnished.
Yeah, for real, dude. It's just that's a very tough situation to be.
But it's tough,
Stuck.
right? I'm not
Yeah.
saying don't believe rape victims, but make a case. Just don't. If you, as an observer, are watching, don't make your decision before it's come to its conclusion. Keep your mind open to both sides, because you don't know what's going on. And once the result comes out, if that guy is a rapist, they attack him. Or do whatever you were gonna do. Don't take my word to attack him, because I don't want to
No
be
witch
fucking.
hunting.
I don't want to be
No witch
fucking
hunting.
liable. And dude,
No
make
witch hunting,
decisions.
guys.
No
Yeah,
witch
take it
hunting,
easy,
guys.
though.
No witch hunting. Make decisions off of your own, guys.
Yeah, and if you do, you didn't hear it from here. So
No,
you're
dude.
not held
Honestly,
responsible
this
for your doing.
podcast doesn't even exist, dude. This podcast is an imaginary podcast, kind of
It's
like
only in your
Zootopia,
head.
you know? Kind of like
Yeah.
Zootopia.
You're
By
just
the way,
imagining
guys,
stuff.
did you hear that Zootopia made $220 million in China?
Imagine. Just imagine.
Just all I'm saying
Shit.
is, like, keep an open mind and consider both sides, but don't make a judgment before, like, all the evidence is present. You know, remember that we live in a country that is where you're innocent until proven guilty, and that's what makes this country what it is. And if we change that, then it's no longer the country that we're so proud to live in, right?
Very true indeed.
That being said, we are pushing an hour and 12 minutes. We do have a couple more topics that listed here, but I think we'll just save those for another day. For everybody that tuned in and listened, if you're on YouTube and you like the podcast, please go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you're on Spotify and iTunes, please leave a review. It's really gonna help the podcast grow. We're probably gonna in the future make a subreddit. If you guys have any questions or concerns, anything you want to know,
Yeah.
so that you guys can ask there. We'll put out a poll, that kind of stuff. That'll be later down the line. I don't know if I'm missing any. Do you think of anything that I might be missing?
Our social medias, as you can see them, they're presented. You can go ahead and follow us if you want to. If not, that's fine.
We'll try to let you guys know when a new podcast is up. But I think we'll try to have the podcast up by Thursday night, if not Fridays, from now on. But yeah. That being said, thank you so much.
Hold that. make sure to follow our Instagram and Twitter. That way we can keep you updated and let you know, hey, our podcast is gonna be live, etc. And I just want to say thank you guys for sticking by and listening to the podcast. We thank you very much, and we appreciate you for spending your time here with us.
And I hope,
With that being said, you can go ahead and say, Pablo.
yeah, I hope you guys have a good weekend. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next weekend.
Take it easy, guys.